Welcome back to Success with Steven. My name is Steven Smith. On this channel, we talk about all things financial literacy. And today we're going to be talking about DCU, that is Digital Federal Credit Union. And for this credit union, the reason why I chose it is because everyone can join. It's actually a very popular credit union, and there were some products and services that I did not know were being offered. It's very comparable to Navy Federal. I would say just from what's available, maybe even a step up from PenFed, but we're going to go into all the details. We're going to go into all the credit cards that are offered, some of the actual options that are very, very similar to Navy Federal that I would highly recommend, especially if you are currently rebuilding your credit. This may be a really, really good secondary option to some of the other credit unions, and you may even end up using them as your primary credit union when you see some of the available products that they have. I think there's a lot of good options for you guys, especially with the data points and where they pull from. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. This will be everything that you need to know about DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. So before we go into data points, let's just go over a brief description about DCU and who they actually are. So Digital Federal Credit Union, better known as DCU, is a nonprofit financial cooperative owned and operated for members. DCU was chartered in October of 1979. Since then, DCU has been chosen as the credit union for more than 700 companies and organizations. DCU serves more than 1 million members and their families in all 50 states, which is a main reason why I wanted to talk about this credit union. DCU is the largest credit union headquartered in New England as measured by assets and is among the top 20 nationwide. Members have access to their accounts at DCU through the internet, ATMs, telephone. There's some community branches, but they are in Massachusetts and New Hampshire, as well as thousands of co-op shared branches that are nationwide. And in fact, half of DCU members never have to actually step inside of a DCU branch. So what I love about this is you can get it in all 50 states, no matter where you are. You do not have to actually go into a branch to get any of their products and services. And then we're going to get into a lot of the additional details about pre-approvals, some data points, and all things offered with DCU. Let's just get the data points out the way up front. I'm going to give you these, and then we're going to actually talk about each product and each service that is available with this credit union. I highly recommend that you watch all the way through. For those of you who are rebuilding your credit, I think that you're going to get the most benefit from this credit union. I believe if you are, someone who has a healthy credit score, things like that, yes, you'll benefit as well. But a lot of the products and a lot of the services will be very comparable to what you're already getting. So if you're already with Navy Federal and you have a lot of their products, then this may be like supplementary, but you may not really need it. But for those of us who are looking to rebuild, this could be a game changer. So it is a hard pull with Equifax. That's your FICO 5 score. And it can also be your Experian FICO score. It varies by product. But what I love about this credit union, there are a lot of soft pull options. Now, just take this with a grain of salt, all right? Because it seems to vary. There are people who apply for products who only get a soft pull. I mean, no hard pull whatsoever. They just do a soft pull, and you're able to get credit cards and other pre-approved products. They have to say pre-approved inside of the app or the website. If they do not say pre-approved, you will have to apply for it. And what I can say is this credit union does ask for sometimes documentation, tax returns, or paycheck stubs. So keep that in mind. That is one drawback, but I mean, the pros, I think, outweigh the cons here because you can get a lot of pre-approval offers and sometimes not even take a hard inquiry. Now, from what I can tell, the primary hard pull will be Equifax FICO 5, but just be aware it varies and can sometimes be Experian as well. Your credit score for this credit union just needs to be a 640 or above. Ideally, you would want to be in the 700 range to get the best pre-approval offers. But even if you don't, 640 and above is actually okay. For utilization, I recommend being 10% or below with a credit age that's at least 2 years or more. Now, of course, if your credit age is a little bit lower because you've been adding on new accounts, it goes by an average. That's still okay. That's not a problem. Now, the credit cards that I've seen, the initial credit lines can range from $5,000 to $10,000. I have seen limits up to 25,000 and beyond. I've seen as high as 30,000. I personally have not seen above that based off of research that I've done. I've seen a lot of people throw out these high credit lines for the personal credit cards. I have not seen them. 30,000 seems to be the highest that I've seen on the personal side. And potentially it can go higher. Just after doing research, that is the highest that I've seen. And you're very likely to start anywhere between 5 and 10, and then it can go higher. You can get credit line increases. Now, for those of you who are rebuilding your credit, you can get the secure card option. They have that option just like they do with Navy Federal. They also have a secured loan. The same way you use the pledge loan, there's an option for this too. My recommendation is the same with Navy Federal. You're going to open a checking. You're going to open a savings. You want to set up direct deposit. You have to do that of at least $250. And then you want to get the secured loan, the secured card. Use that for 6 months. You'll start getting a lot of pre-approval offers, some for credit line increases and graduation potentially after 6 months. So you definitely want to do that. Again, they seem to be very friendly towards people who are rebuilding credit. So this is a very good option for you. Now, here are some other data points. There is no hard pull to join this credit union. Now, from what I can tell, I'm not sure if it's still relevant, but I see that they pulled from check systems at a point in time in order to get you to open this account. I went ahead and opened an account. I didn't see a pull from my check systems. However, I'm sure I'll get a letter in the mail at some point where they tell me that they used probably Equifax and check systems or early warnings or something like that to qualify me. So as that information comes out, I can keep you up to date on that information. But as far as I know, I didn't see it pulled when I looked. But again, it can take time for that information to actually report. So just think you may have to look at your check systems. And there's a video on that if you need help getting that information deleted. I recommend watching that if you have any derogatory information. But it's true pre-qualification offers, and I can't stress that enough. I mean, they have it for auto loans. They have it for credit cards. They have it for motorcycles. They have it for all types of products. They also have a quick loan product that you can get. So after around 90 days, you can receive $1,000 in a quick loan offer. Now, this is a option that needs to be offered to you. You don't request it. You'll see it in your account. After 180 days, 6 months, you can receive a $2,000 quick loan offer. Now, these are typical time frames, but they vary. It's not standard. It's not across the board. It's not guaranteed. But from what I was seeing through various data points, you can get these offered to you. And I've seen 3 taken back to back. And I don't know if there's a limit. Now, you can try that and test it out. Borrow, pay, borrow, pay. However, the interest rates on them were fairly high. I believe around 10%. That is a drawback. You're going to pay a lot in interest for a very small loan. So my recommendation is not taking these quick loans unless you really need them. And I can't think of an occasion where you would really just need to have that. So my recommendation is not doing it, but it's nice to know that it's available to you and that these options are there. But again, very good pre-qualifications. I think that is one of the best things about this credit union. You can't go to even Navy Federal and get a pre-approval for a credit card with a guaranteed credit line, a pre-approval for a credit line increase. There's pre-approval for auto loans, for motorcycles. You can just see that and actually select that option. And then sometimes it is a soft pull. They don't even do a hard pull on you. Again, that was one of my favorite things about this credit union. So with that being said, now that we've talked about all of the data points, let's actually talk about how you join this credit union. And then we're going to talk about some of the products that are offered to you. So let's get right into it. Currently, I am on the DCU website. As you can see, very standard, very similar to things that you've already seen with other credit unions. But let's talk about how you join. There are various ways, but there's one primary way that you can actually go about doing this. Reach out for schools. that's the organization that you want to look for. But here's the best thing. You don't have to go to their website and actually do it. When you're signing up for this credit union, they prompt you to sign up for the membership and it's $10. So you don't even have to go to the website. Don't do that. You go back to the home screen and then we're going to choose the option of membership. And then you're going to choose to become a member and join DCU. Now to do this, you will need your government issued ID. You will need your driver's license. You will need to upload a proof of address. You will need to upload your social security card. Yes, all of this information needs to be uploaded in order for you to join. And you will need your funding information. That can be a credit card or a debit card. And then you're going to go to join DCU. Now you're going to, of course, e-sign. You have to hit the agreement. And then we're just going to close that. Check this box. That's consenting, and then accept. And then once you do all of that, you get to pick what accounts that you want. I recommend that you pick a primary savings or advantage savings. We're going to go over all of the accounts, so I'll give you all the details. But for now, let's just pick the primary savings and the free checking. All right. And if you want a DCU Visa card, then you can click on that. There's some other options here. Click switch. So it'll switch your online payments and direct deposits to your DCU account. So if you want to enroll, then you can select that option. And there's an overdraft protection. I'm going to decline that and then hit continue. And then from here, you need to enter your mobile number and then you need to enter the last four of your social to get started. Now, for me, because I'm already a member of this credit union, I can't actually go through and finish. However, when you go to the account agreement and disclosures, I believe, or it's funding, one or the other, it's going to ask you, what's your affiliation? How are you joining this credit union? That's when you're going to select that membership option and do the $10 for that membership. So now that we've talked about membership and how to join, let's talk about each of the checking accounts that are offered. There is the free checking, and then you can click on learn more if you want to learn more, but here are the highlights. It is 0 minimum required to open, 0 minimum required to earn. There is no monthly fee, and there is interest paid on balances up to $1,000. The next is the HSA checking. You can earn competitive dividends up to 0.10% APY. No minimum balance to open. There's no minimum balance to earn. There's no monthly fee. So these are the two checking accounts that are being offered. You can pick whichever one you're most comfortable with. I recommend just going with the free checking in this case, since it does have a higher APY, but whichever one you prefer, that's the one that you can go with. Now, DCU has a few different savings account options. There is the primary savings, which at the time of recording, it's as high as 6.17% APY. So kickstart your savings by earning one of the highest rates nationally. I can say that is a substantially high rate. In order to open that, it is $5. There is no monthly fee for you to do this. I'm going to go to the learn more for this one just because I want to see if there's anything else that's required. You earn 6.17% APY on balances up to $1,000. So after $1,000, then you don't actually earn more. So if we take a look on the remaining balance, you earn a dividend 0.05%, and that's going to be after that $1,000. Just bear that in mind. It's not going to be 6.17% on the total amount. And then check the learn more for each of these, because little details like that, if they're overlooked, then you may have a misconception about exactly how much money you can actually earn for each of these accounts. Now, the advantage savings is 3.56%. That's as high as it can go, so you can get the most out of your savings. And of course, there's no fees for everything. Let's go to the learn more just for 1 second. Just want to see what that entails. And there's no minimum. So this one, you actually don't have a minimum to what you can earn. It's just 3.56%, which is good. Now, to be honest, if you had more than $1,000, I think this account would actually be better for you. So it just depends on exactly what you're trying to do. Smart savings, 1.51% APY. and your money is federally insured. That's pretty standard for everyone, but this one is federally insured up to 3 million. Most of them are insured for 250,000 for an individual. That's pretty good and different with no fees. Money market savings, 1.71% APY. The more you save, the more you earn, but it lets you know you need to have $1,000 in order to do that. That is the minimum to earn. Let's look at some more details for this one. All right, so you can start earning on your savings with just $1,000, a great place to park. And let's see. So on $100,000 or more, you can earn 3.25%. That's pretty good. That's not bad. And the more that you will deposit, of course, the more that you earn with this particular savings account. Now, the last one we have is the member described savings. That is 0.15% APY. Name it for any purpose. It's $100 minimum in order for you to earn. To open, it's no minimum. Now, there's no monthly fee here, and let's just learn more about this one as well. And it's on $100 plus daily balance. All right. So you get a 0.15% and 0.15% APY. You do want to read the fine print here because it lets you know annual percentage yield rates are variable. That means that they can change at any time. And I believe all of these are the same way. None of them are fixed. They're not CDs or certificates or anything like that. So they can change. And more than likely, at the time of recording this video, these are fairly high. If interest rates continue to go down, you're not going to see offers as good as this at the time that you're probably watching this video, if it's months or maybe even years later. So just keep that in mind. These things are subject to change at any time. Now, continuing with the savings, they do offer certificates. They have regular certificates, jumbo, jump up, and quick start. Now, it's 4.50% for the regular. The minimum to open is $500. The minimum to earn is $500. There is no monthly fee, and there's terms from 3 to 60 months available for the regular certificate. Now, the jumbo is 4.75%, but you earn a lot more on a higher balance. You need to put in at least $25,000. That's the minimum to earn, but there is no monthly fee, and it's available for the same time frame, 3 to 60 months. There's the jump up certificate that is 4% APY, only $500 to open, and that's the minimum to start earning. And then they're available from 15 to 27 months. And the quick start, this one is 4.50% APY. So it has a lower minimum balance for members under age 23. It's $100. So you have $100 minimum to earn, and that's available terms from 3 to 60 months. So I do like that the minimum requirement for the quick start is really, really low. It's basically the same as the regular, except it's the lower balance for members under a certain age. The jumbo is just, of course, a higher balance. And then the jump up is a lower APR, but you only need the $500. And then there are smaller time frames and ranges. So again, not really sure what the benefit of this one would actually be, but it is something that is offered, and you can look at all of these and kind of weigh the pros and cons of each. Now, DCU also offers business banking services, and for these, I'm not going to get so much into it. I can say when it comes to their business services, they do require documentation. They do require tax returns. It's a lot of things where if you don't have a business that's making money currently and you can actually prove the income that you make, you probably won't be able to qualify for it, but it is something that you can look into if this does apply to you. But they're offering business banking and digital solutions for small businesses. There is a free checking account. It has a APY currently as high as 0.10%. There is no minimum to open. You'll earn at least 1 cent. And then there is no monthly fee. And then there's the business savings. And it's in general just a regular savings account. There really isn't anything that's really out the norm. Now, with that being said, we're going to talk about the commercial lending that they have, including the credit card and some of the loans. Again, it's not going to be as easy to get the business side as it is with other credit unions. But unlike someone like, PenFed, where it's not even offered, at least you have the option here. So that is an additional benefit. And when you get to that point where you have documentation, then they have some good products that they can offer with a credit limit on that credit card that goes up to $25,000. Now, speaking of credit cards, let's talk about the personal credit cards offered with DCU. So there are 3 great options that are designed to meet your specific needs with interest rates below the national average, no annual fee, no balance transfer fee, no foreign transaction fee, or cash advance fees. Now there's an asterisk right there. You see the little one there. You'll want to read the details. It's saying that, but it may be a promotional period of time. Just make sure you always check the details. Fraud notifications and the ability to unfreeze and freeze your credit card, tap to pay, and access to your FICO score. Let's start with the first one, the Visa Platinum. Enjoy a credit card with a rate below the national average. With rates as low as 13.25% APR, you can pay down larger purchases faster and over a shorter period of time. Good for carrying a balance and paying down debt. Now, this card, again, is the one that I've seen initial credit limit starting at $5,000. It seems like, I'm sure it can be lower, but I've seen on a typical scale $5,000 to $10,000, and I've also seen them go up to $25,000 on this card, as high as $30,000. So it is an excellent credit limit that you can get with this card, and they are willing to do automatic pre-approval limit increases. All you have to do is use the products and services and use the card, and then those will come to you naturally without you having to even ask. Then there's the Visa Signature Cash Rewards Card. And this card has a great rate and even greater earnings. So if you wanted to earn some points on everyday purchases, then you can redeem that for cash back, for travel, for gift cards, and much more. Other than, that, it's pretty standard as far as points and rewards card. It's not the greatest, but it really is good that you can get this potentially with a soft pull. Again, it has to be offered to you. If not, it could be a hard pull, potentially from Equifax or Experian. Now, the Visa Platinum Secure Card. This is the one that I'm going to go into a little more detail about because it's the one that I highly recommend for anyone who's looking to rebuild their credit. So this could help you with responsible use. It's no annual fee. It's a very low variable APR, and it has everything that you can possibly get with all other secure credit cards. Plus, you get the monthly FICO score, and it's going to be your monthly FICO Equifax score. So you'll get that as well. And it's going to be the score 2. In around 6 months, you are able to get this card graduated. So DCU offers some pretty good personal loans. They also have the make no payment for 60 days to assist their members with a personal loan once it is open. For the first 2 months, you don't have to actually make a payment. That's pretty nice. So a signature personal loan as low as 11.99% APR. You can pay off debt and make a major purchase. There's also the credit builder loan. Now, this is a credit builder loan specifically designed to help you build or rebuild your credit, and you can use up to $3,000 in savings plus your dividends. And it's flexible terms from 12 to 24 months with a fixed loan rate of 5% annual percentage. My recommendation is to get this product, and then you want to couple it with the other one. And we're going to go into the details about that one next. Now, it can take a long time to build your savings and a short time to spend it. With the savings secured loan, you can use your savings as collateral and you borrow at a economical rate, and it keeps your savings intact. So you preserve your hard-earned savings. You use them as collateral by repaying a savings secured loan on time, and that's going to really improve your relationship with DCU. The savings secured loan is up to 120 months with a 3.50% APR. That's pretty good, especially when you think that you can, do it for that time frame. I think between these two products and the secured card, you'll be well on your way to rebuilding excellent credit history and building a good relationship with DCU that will get you up to a $25,000, potentially $30,000 credit line if you work with them. Now, we're not going to spend too much time on the commercial lending, but I do want to at least talk about it. So for the Business Visa Platinum, this is still a good business credit card. It goes up to $25,000 and it's as low as 13% variable APR. Same thing with the Business Visa Platinum Plus. You can have unlimited cards with different account numbers and credit limits. Just know they're going to ask you for documentation. They will ask you for tax returns. They will ask you for income. You will have to provide all the documentation. And again, if you can, then it's a good product. But if you're not looking to do that, then it may be one that you might want to skip this time. Now, business vehicles, it can be as low as 7.24% APR. Since that's not really a competitive APR, again, I'm just going to talk about it, but it's pretty standard with what you'll get with most other credit unions. So this is secured by your business assets. Again, this is something where it will be heavily reliant on you having collateral, assets, tax returns, proof of income. You need all of that to have any of their commercial lending products. All right. But just know that, again, they're available to you when you need them. Last loan option we're looking at is the vehicle loans. They have auto loans as low as 5.74% APR. One thing I like is the membership level discount, 0.5% included for Plus and relationship members with electronic payments. So if you have that, it'll save you a little bit of APR. Electric vehicle discount, it includes an additional 0.25% discount for fully electric vehicles up to 130% of the value. So it goes a little bit over the full amount of the vehicle if you have some negative equity or, old payments that you have to put on the back end of this vehicle. And there's no payment for 60 days. Now there's the antique car loan as well. You get the same membership level discount, and then it's a low APR of 9.24% for an antique vehicle. There's a boat loan, 9.99% at the time of recording. Large recreational vehicles, 9.99%. There's also the auto refi, which I like better because it's a very low rate. It's 4.99%. And of course, it varies by your term. The shorter the term, the lower the rate. The longer the term, the higher the rate. But you get those same available discounts. For motorcycle loans, it's 7.25% APR. You get the membership level discount as well. And you can do a value of up to 125%. And then there's mobility loans. That can be for vehicles or vehicle modifications to assist people with disabilities. And of course, the rates are subject to change depending on the time that you're looking at this video. So that would be all of the loans that are offered. Now, for the vehicle loans, what I can say is I've seen better. PenFed has some better offers. I've seen some better options with Navy Federal. These are competitive. And that's the best part about it. If you were looking to do a refi, and let's say you already had one with PenFed or you had a loan with Navy Federal and you didn't get the best APR, maybe on the refi, this might be an option for you, but rates are very competitive. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please, if you got any value from this, like, comment, and subscribe. That really does help me out a whole lot. I appreciate you guys watching. If there's any other credit unions that you would like me to talk about, please leave a comment below with that credit union. If you are currently a member of DCU, please share data points. Share that information on this video. I would love to hear about your experiences with them. What did you get approved for? Did you get the secured card first? Did you graduate it? How did that work out for you? What was your initial starting limit? If you came in with, good to excellent credit, what was your APR at the time? Give me your experience. I would love to hear about all of that. And if there's any other credit unions you would like me to go over, please drop a comment below with that credit union. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Much appreciated. You guys have a wonderful day.